All right. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet, all the way from Ghana, the city of Accra in Ghana. We arrived at Accra last night and took us quite a while to find the perfect accommodation as the previous arrangement that we had made torpedoed, okay, in the process. I don't know what happened. I can't explain that now, but it torpedoed. That's all I can say. But we eventually got the apartment that we love. Okay, the apartment that we love, and oh God, Ghana started out as a stress, but hey, stress, not a stress that we cannot deal with. So it's one of those stress that you just look at and you say to yourself, you know what, was stronger than this one. We can handle this one. And from the road coming down here, we could feel the energy of Ghanaians. They're still looking for something to drag us. And I think the only thing that Ghana have, on us is telling us that what do I call it now? Telling us that they have light and we don't have light. Okay. Uh, uh, so uh, so let me just the person that's supposed to uh, do in my guys. Hold on. Would reply, but another so. So we got this lovely place. Ibran had apartment, lovely. Fun. You will see the videos and the pictures later as the show progresses. So, how did our day start? Our day started with us, the entire crew, the crew, Ahmed Kalijayi, Teresa, Euphoria, Joy Ojabulu, and our photographer, Jamia Adelache, all came together. First of all, they came to my neighborhood, my neck of the wood in Aja, and they spent the night at one dingy hotel like that, called Finishing Touches at Greenland Estate or Lokonla. Then in the morning, I think it was about 3:30 a.m., 3:45 a.m. We jumped in the vehicle and then we drove to Geo Park. And Geo Park, there was a little bit of delay, searching of people's luggages, fitting them in, and all that. We eventually embarked on the journey at about 5 a.m. and then we crossed that VGC traffic. And it was smooth sailing all through because by 7 o'clock we were already in Benin Republic. We had gotten to Cotonou before 8 even, and it was a smooth one. But the roughest part of the journey was the Aja axis of that VGC interchange where they are doing construction work, and then after that we got into the relay, got into VI to what's it called, Lagos Island, past Marina, sorry, and then we got to relay straight up till we got to Badagry, and then we started seeing the immigration, police, small stops and all that. But then it was fun. It was fun experiencing the journey the way we did and seeing the different side. I've not traveled that axis by road. I've only gone to Cotonou by road, and then after that, it's always been flying, 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 flying. So it was the time that we traveled that by road, and it was nice. And the inspiration to travel by road actually came from Modo Victor and his crew when they went to Cote d'Ivoire by road, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, if they can do it by road, then it means it's safe." And then the fact that he drove his own car through the process. So I said, I'll do it. I don't have a car to drive, but I can do public transport. And once I found out that Geo goes to Ghana, and everybody was saying that their bus is good, we enjoyed the ride. The other passengers also were fantastic. I met my neighbor was also on the journey. We just met in the car, and we had fun traveling. That said, the entire arrival, well, I think we got here by 4, and then we needed to go sort out our accreditation. Yes, this is mine. We needed to go sort out our accreditation and give me access to all venues. We needed to go sort out our accreditation. When we got to the stadium, the Ghana University Stadium, we found out that there's no media center to even do accreditation there, that we should go to the airport. So we went to the International Airport Car Park 4 in Ghana, in Accra. And then, it were very nice, easy going. We met some other people there. I just think that things could have been done better a little bit. Okay, so, but we took another detour there. And then after that, we started looking for accommodation. First off, we wanted an apartment in East Legon. And then we realized that we loved the apartment that was seeing, but there were two things. One, we're too broke to even dream of it. That's one. That's the fact. It's not fault of Ghana. Secondly, even if we had the money and we chose to stay in East Legon, we would have missed out on the opportunity. It's like going to stay in Banana Island for a sporting event that is going on in Surulere. Right now, for the record, the All African Games is not a big deal for me and my crew. So you might not get to see us every day in the stadium, but one of the things that I can tell you for free is that we'll give you updated beats and all that. We wanted to come to Ghana and have the opportunity to see Ghana and see sports from the Ghanaian perspective, their own views, okay, of seeing these sports, and also ask the question, why do Ghanaians think that we are supposed to be rivals when we're supposed to be brothers, actually? Because on the West Coast, I think it is only Nigeria and Ghana that speak English. The other people on the West Coast of Africa all speak French, and maybe what does Gambia speak again? Is it French or Kalija? Is it French or Gambia speak? What's their language now? So I'm thinking that we're supposed to be banding together a whole lot more than we're doing, but that's a conversation for another day. And then I also wanted to have opportunity to meet with Abedi Ayupele. We met before, but not on a journalistic, try to do an interview level. So I will hope so. And then we're lucky. See, be careful what you wish for, because sometimes these things don't happen. The driver, maybe he's name dropping, I don't know, but I like to take people by their word. The driver said he know Abedi Pele, he know his house and all that. His name is Aru, and it's kind of like him and his there are two vehicles that we took from the Accra Mall down to East Legon and run around. So let me tell you how long it took. It took us from 4 o'clock that we arrived. We drove around, we went to do accreditation. Let's say plus or minus accreditation took us 1 hour. So from 5 o'clock till 8:43 or 8:45, we're looking for accommodation. We finally saw this one. This one is beautiful. Believe me, you can search it online. Ibranada apartment. It's Ibranad apartment. It's beautiful, to be very honest with you. So this is where we are at, and this is where we're going to stay to the end of the tournament, unless anything different happen, but we will be fine. Your support is really appreciated. Thank you very much for all the support that you guys have given us, all the push and everything. We are grateful. Now let's come to the topic. Like I said, we will give you brief every single day. So that it's a 3-bedroom flat with kitchen and everything. I'm in one room. The boys, the two guys are in one room, the two girls are in another room. And so that's how it works. This is going to be my broadcast station throughout the tournament. There is a TV, there is a dining table behind us, there's a kitchen that is, we need to go do shopping, buy food stuff, and then cook our own food. I'm ready. Last night we ate. I think the food that they went out to buy was good. 20 cedis per plate. It was good, and I enjoyed it. And I slept off like a baby because I was tired from the long journey. It's been a long time. I took a long journey, a bus journey like that long, so I was tired. Everybody was tired. Some people are still sleeping till now. Okay, so that's the part of the journey update on the journey. That said, there's so many funny stories. Okay, so for Champions League, Tuesday and Wednesday was easy for teams like Paris Saint-Germain, teams like what's it called? Manchester City on Wednesday, and PSG and FC Bayern. FC Bayern won 3-0 against Lazio. Paris Saint-Germain beat Real Sociedad 2-1. It was easy peasy for them. And then on Wednesday was even easier for what's it called, Man City, as they won 3-1 against FC Copenhagen at home, and they've qualified now on 6-2 aggregate. For Real Madrid, they made a light work of it, but the first leg 2-0 win against RB Leipzig was more than enough, if my memory serves me right. So by drawing 1-1, it didn't change anything that much, because at the end of the day, they've done the job. First, and I think it was 1-0. Sorry, the first leg was 1-0, and it became 2-1 on aggregate. 1-0 from the first leg. I'm sorry. And so by doing that job, even with the draw at home, it didn't change anything, because they've already done their beat. That's why they say do your homework. Once you've done your homework, every other thing fall in place. But while all that was going on, and the Red Devils that were beaten at Etihad over the weekend, the coach, the manager, Baby Pep, the Pep wannabe, came out and said that he is very confident. Okay, he said he's confident that Manchester United can still land the Champions League spot. And then this is the cross of our conversation today. Why we talk about the All African Games, and I tell you, for the record, the All African Games have already started. For those of you who don't know, yes, let me tell you, it's like the Olympics. Okay, some sports will start even before the opening ceremony. The All African Games started on Monday, on the 4th, with table tennis as being the competition that was played, and then on the 5th again, table tennis continued, and then there is table tennis yesterday. There was table tennis yesterday, and then today again there is going to be cricket, karate, and table tennis. You see that the sports are increasing, and tomorrow, which is Friday, the opening ceremony will be done. Then there is badminton, there's cricket, and then there's football. Nigeria under 23 would play. I mean, under 20s will play in the football tournament, and I think we'll have a football game tomorrow 8 p.m. So we'll be there. Karate is also there. Uh, there's table tennis, which by tomorrow they'll start winning medals. So from tomorrow, medals will start counting. We'll start looking at the medal table and see what goes on. We'll leave later to go to the stadium, and then it will take a bit of work, okay, a bit of work to actually, come back, because by the time the game finishes, it will be very late, right? So we would be back late and probably just sleep off again and then see how the program goes. But one of the things I can guarantee you that is on a daily basis, this show will run. And for the ones that we don't come back very late, the days where we don't come back very late, I will give you guys evening update. But the days where we come back very late, there'll be no need for evening update. We'll just have to make do with the next morning show. Unless there is a Nigerian game in the morning, and from the schedule that I'm seeing, they can change. It's subject to change. That's what they said. Unless there's a Nigerian game in the morning, I'm sure I'm going to always be here to give you guys update. Now, my question is, do you really think, looking at Manchester United, the way they are playing? I mean, Manchester United lost to Fulham. And Manchester United this season, one of the things that have been a standing rule in the Premier League since forever is about who wins it. It is almost impossible for any team to lose 5 games in the Premier League and win it. So that one is taken for granted. But Manchester United this season have lost 11 games, drawn 2, and Manchester United out of 27 games have only won 14. So the question is, guys, give me a minute. Somebody's at the door. Yeah, guys, sorry. Having come back, I needed to check something on the inside, and so if you look at Manchester United, they're in 6th position right now, 27 games played, like every other team apart from Spurs, who's got 26 games. But with that 27 games played, they have 44 points. Now let's look at the team in 4th position. Is Aston Villa. Aston Villa have 55 points. That's a clear 11 point over Manchester United. And with this, there are 11 games to go. Okay, so that's the 3 points to play for. There's quite a lot, but let's look at their form. Manchester United won 3 straight games before Rasmus Højlund got injured. And in their last 2 games against Fulham and Man City, they have lost. They lost 2-1 to Fulham and lost 3-1 to Manchester United. On both occasions, they came they took the lead and then they lost the lead. So when you look at this, I don't know how long that that run of bad result will continue. Or do you see Manchester United as a team that can make the top 4? I'd say it's a bit of a conversation, and everybody, some people are divided. Like, oh yeah, Manchester United can go on that incredible run and put up a run that will shock everybody. Well, it's not. This one is not electricity. It's not. We don't need to be shocked. We just need to look at it clearly and be as objective as we can about these things, and then we see whether it will work or it will not work. From the look of things, I don't know. I don't think that Manchester United can make the top 4. I do not think so. But what you think is what I need to know, and that's what's most important, because when we do this show, your opinion is as important. Your opinion is as important as any other person, as mine and any other person. So it is up to you to tell us what you think. Do you see Manchester United as a team from what you've seen them play this season, the level of consistency or inconsistency that they've shown in their result. Manchester United have not gone this season. Manchester United have not gone 5 straight games winning streak. Okay, so out of 33, so let's just do a calculation. If they win all their 11 games, they'll get 33 points, add up to whatever they have. That is saying that Spurs, Aston Villa will keep losing. But for a team that have not won 5 consecutive games at any point, you've got to look at a whole lot of all of that. Having said that, so you now come back and say, based off all their form, Man United will win 3 and lose 2, win another 3 and lose 2. So out of 11, they might win 6, lose 4, draw 1, right? So with that form, this is me just creating hypothesis. Now you can argue against it, you can change the narrative, but I want to know, would that form take Man United to make the top 4? Considering the fact that Aston Villa, for instance, Aston Villa would most likely win more games than Man United in the runoff, and they have a healthy 11-point cushion in terms of number of points that is on the plate already currently, with 11 games to go. And Manchester United also do not have the kind of consistency that Spurs, even though Spurs are shitty and struggling, Spurs are more likely out of the next 11. Let's put it this way: that Man United will win 6, lose 3. I'm trying to be nice now. Win 6, lose 3, and draw the other 2 games. Okay. And then let's say out of the 11 games that are remaining for Aston Villa, let's even be nice and say Aston Villa will win 5. That's 15 points. Okay. And then lose the other 6 games. With 15 points add up to their already established 11-point gap, they are still going to be way with us 26 points ahead. Then you not take the 6 wins and 3 draws. That's 9 points. They are still ahead of Man United. So at what point is this man, Erik ten Hag, coming out to tell us that they would win? Okay, let's now play the devil's advocate. Let's even be nice to Man United and say Man United is going to win all their remaining 11 games and pick up all 33 points. Now, what happens then is, if Man United win all their remaining 11 games and pick up all 33 points, let me give you how it will work. Manchester United add up 33 to what they have. They will have 77 points. 10 plus 44 will give them 77. Now, this is where it goes bad. Aston Villa, out of that, will now need, let's say Aston Villa wins. If Aston Villa win 5, they get 15 points, right? 15 points will put them on, if I'm not mistaken, 15, 5 plus that 60 plus another 10, 70. That could put Manchester United there. This is me saying that Manchester United will win all their remaining games. Between me and you know that Man United will not win all their remaining games. And then you look at people like Spurs and the rest, who could also be a spoiler. All right. So there's a whole lot of it. Does it not look like Erik ten Hag on his own does not know what he's saying and what he's doing? That he should rather focus on probably getting the UEFA Conference League or UEFA Europa Cup and go and play, even starting somewhere before thinking of the impossible. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, with 11 games to go, it does look to me that Manchester United are not in the races. They are out of the race already. The train have left the bus station, and there is nothing that Manchester United can do concerning Champions League for next season. So if you're a Man United fan, you should look at it that next season, we're not going to play for Champions League. Not be quarrel, not be fight. But hey, we also saw day before yesterday where Bayern Munich came out of a very terrible form to beat Lazio. Guendouzi and his mates at Lazio 3-0. And somebody was tempted to send me a text message that Bayern are not as bad as I claim they are. No, they are not as bad as I claim they are. They are a terrible team. The fact that you even have to come out and say that tells you the story already. So the fact that they won and they moved through is good. That's a testament to what club that they are, but also a testament to the fact that they got a very lucky draw in Lazio. So if they meet a team that is ready to fight, they will be beaten. Okay, that's something that I don't think that they are title contenders yet, but I don't know what you think. Do you think that Bayern, because of this result, are not title contenders? Paris Saint-Germain, somebody said that Mbappe might just win the Champions League for Paris Saint-Germain before he leaves to Real Madrid. And what a beautiful irony it will be if Mbappe, Paris Saint-Germain, and Real Madrid meet at any stage of this tournament, and Mbappe scores the goals that knock Real Madrid out of the competition, because that would be very, very unwelcoming when they unveil him. But again, if Mbappe have a bad game and Real Madrid wins, let's say the kind of situation where Rashford found himself, where Mbappe gets the ball and then he loses the ball, and then that move leads to goal. The way the French fans would react, the Paris Saint-Germain fans would react, is something that would be for a neutral. It's something that will be very beautiful to watch and see. And we all, I mean, almost all of us here are neutrals. I hardly can say I know anybody around here who's a Paris Saint-Germain fan. Those are some of the questions. One thing that everybody still think, and I think that how within the reach to defend the Champions League, to win the Champions League, are Manchester City. And yesterday, they show that they are on that track. Okay, they won at home 3-1. Julian Alvarez, Erling Haaland again with his late pop-up, and he's having a bad season. That's the funny thing. Erling Haaland is considered as having a bad season. The Nigerian Austrian, Manuel Akanji opened the scoring in the 50th minute. 4 minutes later, it was Julian Alvarez. And then at the close of the first half, it was 3-0 already. 3-1 because somewhere Elionossi made it 2-1 in the 29th minutes. And then at the close of the first half, it became 3-1. From there on, it was just, playmaker to me, to you, just easy game in the second half, keeping their shape, but making sure that they deny FC Copenhagen the ball, so much so that they couldn't do anything. RB Leipzig huffed and puffed, looked like they were going to be a retread, looked like they were going to do something different. But at the end of the day, it really did not happen like that, as all Madrid did there was to make sure they don't lose by more than one goal and difference, and they are true. And true to type, they kept their shape. I know that tongues are wagging. A lot of people are saying in Madrid that they shouldn't have extended the contract of Carlo Ancelotti. The team is not playing the way they want, blah, 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 a lot. But the truth is, one way or the other, Madrid are still top of the Spanish La Liga, if my memory serves me right, and they are still going through in the Champions League. The problem with this Madrid, as they are huffing and puffing and still going through, don't let them get to the finals. Anything that puts them in the finals, Manchester City's hope of winning the Champions League might just be in the gutter. Well, if you want to win a major championship, you play against the big teams in those competitions, and then you have to beat them. So it is up to Man City to play against the big teams in the championship and see what they can come up with. And with that, I moved the pendulum to the conversation around the All African Games. First off, where we've been to. We've been to the Accra University Stadium that was newly built from the scratch, and I think I like what I've seen so far. But where we went for accreditation, we also saw some Ghanaian journalists, and they were already complaining. I don't know if it's that thing where comedians would insult themselves, comedians that are ugly, that are not, they would first start by insulting themselves, talk about how poor their family are. You can no longer yab them. Maybe that's the trick that they're doing, because once they saw that we're Nigerians, you could tell in their faces that, hey, let us not do anything wrong by these people, because they would drag us to the death. Okay. And the dragging was all on the road when we're coming immigration. Every time immigration says, oh, Nigerians, what are you going to do in our country? No. You don't have light. You want to go and use our light to recharge your phone, And then we were giving it to them. We're giving that joy. I'm not sharp. We're giving it to them, back and forth like that. And then, we pushed it down. Yesterday was Ghana's Independence Day as well. Congratulations to them. Happy Independence Day. Happy belated Independence Day to them. But it was just fun. It was a friendly banter, no insult. And they start telling us already that the organizers didn't put the right people in place. We should not expect much. We should come with tampered expectation and all that. We will see. Okay, we would try our best, and you judge from an objective point of view. We will not just wake up and try to tear Ghana down. That's not why we're here. Okay, so we will do the best that we can do to give you an objective view, but we will also go outside of the games and be on the street. We will talk to people. That conversation is a conversation that I want to hold. I always say that of the belief that Abedi Pele was a better player than Oxygen Okocha. And a lot of people are like, hey, if you don't start, don't say that on the like you cannot convince me. So my cab driver yesterday, I just initiated the conversation with him. And I was like, okay, come. Listen, I'm 45, right? So I'm not this Indomie generation or these Gen Z people. I watch Abedi Pele play. And I also watch Okocha make his debut and I watch him retire. I watch almost every Okocha's game. I watch him play. I watch him mesmerize Manchester United with Fenerbahce in the 1997 UEFA Champions League, and he came to Old Trafford where nobody comes to win, and they won. And Okocha was a thorn in the flesh of the people. I watched all of those moves, right? I watched a lot of Okocha play. That was a fantastic player. He was a showman by excellence, the best showman that ever lived. If England have George Best, France have Zidane, we have Okocha. The difference between those three is that the other one's progressive with their play. Okocha was, in one circle. But in that circle where it was unplayable. But then Abedi Pele was a different type of player. A different type of number 10. It was a Pele kind of number 10. He was progressive with the ball and all that. So that conversation is going to go on the street in Ghana. I'm going to put it there. And I asked the journalists there, and they all were like, oh, Abedi Pele is better than Okocha. And when I asked my cab driver, Arutu, he said the same thing. And then I asked a flip one. And I like Ghanaian honesty. I was like, Anthony Yeboah, your number 9. And Rashidi Yakin. I said, no, Rashidi Yakin is better. Rashidi Yakin, Yakin. And Anthony Yeboah was fantastic. In terms of talent, like raw talent, skills, ability, finesse, I like Anthony Yeboah, right? More. But Yakini, don't go there. That's the holy grace. It's at the very, very top of the football Mount Rushmore, in that generation of African striker. A proper number 9, a proper Lewandowski, a proper Benzema, a proper Hurricane. It was the number 9. Give me the ball and I will score. I don't care who's in goal. Okay, maybe Ahmed Shobia. I didn't score against Ahmed Shobia, but almost every African pick the ball off the net because of Rashidi Yekini. Yeah, you might say he scored only 7 goals. How many games did he play? That's what you need to look at. And one way or the other, if he didn't score you in one game, there's another game that he played against you that he scored against you. That's what Rashidi Yekini. We're going to take that conversation. And for those of you, if there's any conversation you want us to bring from Ghana, when we go on the streets in Ghana, please put it on the comment section. Let us ask those questions. If it is even away from football, we will try our best to ask those questions and see how it goes. Well, let me come back to you guys because we have a lot of workload to do. We would be the shows will be coming in short and sharp, and will not have the time to do extra minute or push it over the line because there's a whole lot of running around to do. I don't want to say good morning, bros. Good morning to you. Well done. I can see the stress in your face, man. The stress is high. You need to catch some rest. Oh, yes, I know. I want to say if it were only Spurs that are fighting the top 4 with United, I would say yes. Oh God, Gwen, where are you when you need to defend your history, your genealogy? Okay, but with this Villa team, I don't see them making the top 4. 5th is the only achievable goal for them. Okay, that's Henry Moore, not me. That's Henry Moore saying the shitty club will not even make 5th, that they will fall off where they are right now. Lord Mayor say, boss, make what Brendo. He say, Man U to make top 4 will be a miracle. And then he wanted to say, boss, so for the first time, I see Don Carlos celebrate goal. He was scared of Leipzig. Yeah, it was. It was really, really scared. I mean, you don't want to lose. This is the new stadium. This is the place that they were moving to. This is their Jerusalem, right? And you don't want to be the coach that got knocked out pretty early by RB Leipzig at home. So, and the way Leipzig were playing, they were playing like, you know what, we have nothing to lose. We've lost our home already. We lost our respect and our dignity. And there was a bit of bad officiating in that first game. Let's just go out there and do what we know how to do. Play football, but play it with our hearts. Play it like our life depends on it and give it our all. And then whatever happens, fine. If I die, if we perish, we perish. If we survive, we survive. And they almost got it. But hey, it's still Madrid. The fear of Madrid is still the beginning of wisdom. Here, our pressure says, good morning, boss. ETH is the best thing that happened to Man United. To hang ball all the way. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I don't understand where you're coming from. I think that, so I'm willing to bet a penny at the end of the season they will sack Erik ten Hag. I'm willing to make that bet. Lord Mayor say, boss, was Pele as more skillful than Okocha the learner? Okocha as I play ball. When I need to talk this thing, when I need to talk. Which are the Pele you first to talk? Is it Pele Brazil or Pele, Pele Ghana? Uh, there's no way in this world, eh? There's no way in this world. Me, eh? Go even allow anybody have that conversation. Say Okocha play ball pass. Abedi Pele. Which will be that? Today African Ball of the Year now win. This is not joke that they win the African Ball of the Year again. He win Champions League. Okocha. Let's never have that conversation now. They could invest me. All these kind Okocha and Abedi Pele. Abedi Pele play ball pass. Like Abedi Pele, they miles ahead of Okocha. You know, say when push comes to shove, I not even feel the grease so Okocha play ball pass Mikel Obi. Like you need a lot of convincing to convince me say Okocha was a better footballer than Mikel Obi. Abedi Pele. No, they're not in the same league now. Come on. You look at it's like telling me that Okocha play ball. If you even want to argue now, say Okocha play ball pass Abedi Pele, it means that you're saying that Okocha play ball pass Luka Modric. Come on, because Abedi Pele and Luka Modric and Clarence Seedorf, Vladimir Boban, they are the same in the same class. Them Kaka, those kind of football. Now Abedi Pele they play business. That be leave Okocha. They do circles. Who they play with circles here? What's it called? Ihedo Pressure say, I wish you and your team a good outing in Ghana. Thank you very much. Adewale Saka say, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Madrid could have lost the game. They could have, but they did not. That's the thing with Madrid. They are cats with 9 lives or more than 9 lives. Let me say, I was talking about skills only, not achievement. Now skills, now they bring achievement. So the thing that you people call skills is how progressive is your skill? Because somebody they drive round the roundabout for 5 hours. Another person drive from that roundabout to a destination. Who is a better driver? Say, the guy where they drive from roundabout, you don't see the way they avoid the roundabout, the way they avoid other cars where they pass. The guy is Sabiu. What about the guy who drove and find his way to his destination? What is your skill meant to do? And I bet Pele was very skillful too. What is your skill meant to do? What is a skill? When we talk of skill in football, okay, I have the skill of talking sports. But if I end up talking rubbish all the time, do you really think that skill is being used properly? If I'm a preacher, a pastor who have the gift of speaking into public, and I'm using it to mislead people, but I'm still a good orator, like Obama, and I'm misleading people, causing a problem, you really think that skill is a good skill? That's the way you need to look at it. It's not to get a stadium to shout, where did it lead to? What's the end point of that skills? That's something you must always put into consideration when we talk about the skill, because most times I've seen people get into this conversation. They will not tell you, let's not talk about achievement. Why wouldn't we not talk about achievement? Let's not talk about achievement. Let's remove achievement out of it. Why? Is it not the achievement that makes the player? Now, why is it that when we want to talk about Okocha versus any other person, we would always remove the achievement? Because that achievement is what you use your skills to achieve. And if you cannot, I don't know, Shabo. It's a very dicey thing. And always, like I said, this Okocha debate again. Now the debate will go on I must go on the streets. And always, like I say, even by skills, Abedi Pele is a legend. And then you know how the children they don't watch Abedi Pele. Lami say, interesting. Okocha versus Mikel Obi. I had always thought that Okocha is better. Well, that's you, and I'm not going to argue with you. But me, I think that Mikel is better. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun say, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Wishing you guys good outing and success in Ghana. Thank you very much. The way I can say, achievement and impact wise, I would assume Mikel Obi was better. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim say, I don't think United will make top 4 with the way the team is playing, and the team in front of them are also playing well. Now, you know, the United case is a case of, I can't say Manchester United destiny in their hand, in the sense that the way their hand is, Manchester United, you cannot trust them with your phone to hold in their hand. They will fall it. So you have to always remind yourself of the fact that with Man United, they cannot secure themselves. They cannot safeguard themselves, because now, like Demola Ibrahim said, it's not just about Man United in this equation. It's about Aston Villa. Aston Villa is the most difficult team to beat in their home ground. So 11 games to go. Aston Villa knows that to make it to the Champions League right now, we need to win 8 of these 11. Can you really say, let's look at Aston Villa's fixtures first, so that it doesn't look like we're just even just giving them games. I know that there's the Arsenal game there, Aston Villa fixtures, okay? Villanova. Let's see. And when you look at their remaining games, the remaining 11 games that they are playing, you would so they won against Luton away from home. They have the Ayers game that they will play today, but that one is not in the league. So let's look at the league now. They will play Tottenham Hotspur next. Now, this is where Man United can be feeling like, oh, we're good. But this game, they're playing at home. If they beat Tottenham Hotspur, okay, good for them. If they also lose, it's also good for them. You know what? It gives Spurs more points on the board, and also puts Man United in a place now where they are not only chasing Aston Villa, they are chasing both Spurs and Aston Villa, because that's a good one. If they both draw, it's also work well for them. There is no result that comes out of this game on Sunday that is bad for Aston Villa. Okay. Then after that, they go to play Ajax. They play Ajax at home. Then they come back and play on the following Sunday. They play against Aston Villa. Now, I mean, against West Ham. They go to West Ham. They look like a team that will win that one. Then they'll play at home against Wolves. Then they'll play Man City. So, knowing that in the next 4 games, they are most likely to lose 2 games, Etihad is going to be difficult. But then I'm also counting on them to be one of those teams that could just stop Man City on their track. But that's very hard. Okay, very, very hard with Man City are playing right now. So you look at them after that, they play against Brentford, then they play Arsenal. Then the remaining games of the season are winnable games against Bournemouth, against Chelsea. I'm sorry, Chelsea fans, but they can beat you guys. Against Brighton, against Liverpool. Okay, that one will be difficult. Those games look like it looks like wherever the title will go, Aston Villa will have a say, because somewhere in this conversation on the 3rd of April, Aston Villa will go to Etihad to play against Manchester City. Then on the 13th, 10 days later, they will go to the Emirates to play against Arsenal. Just when you think that that one is over, and all these games they are playing away apart from the Liverpool game. On the 27th, they'll go to London again and play against Chelsea. Then on the 11th of May, they will sit at home to play against Liverpool. All of these teams that they will play, 3 of them are title contenders already. Man City on the 3rd. If they get a draw against Man City, the title race, depending on what Man City play against Liverpool anyway, the title race could be skewed. If Arsenal keep on in their scoring formation and keep scoring, when they play against Aston Villa 4:30 p.m. on the 13th of April, we don't know what impact that would have. Again, don't forget that Mikel Arteta have the virus of the last 10 games. The last 10 games of the season, Mikel Arteta runs out of idea. Him and his team, even though this team seems to be, trying to prove us wrong and changing the way they are playing. But the final 10 games this season is the season where they prove me wrong on that one. That's why I'm not counting Arsenal in on the title race, but I'm counting Liverpool in. So we'll see what happens if Liverpool will surrender that race against Man City over the weekend. But there's a whole lot. When I look at this and I compare them to the other teams, and I say, yes, Aston Villa have a run of very, very difficult games, I'm still counting on them to make the top 4. Nobody's saying that they should go and win the league, but just make the top 4. It does look to me like they would do. Demola Abiodi Brian say, I still bank on Villa than Spurs to make the top 4. So there is a whole lot in this conversation that is favoring Aston Villa to make the top 4. I don't know where some of you guys are in on this. There are some people who are Man United fans who still, let me bank on them rather than go somewhere. So we will see how that one go eventually. There was only going to be one winner if Max Verstappen was asked to choose between his boss, Christian Horner, and his dad, George. Okay, as Lewis Hamilton stirs the pot. Okay, I don't know what that means, but that's live. I think that now that Lewis Hamilton is not winning, sometimes he just gets himself involved in conversation that he needs no business getting involved in, and that just kind of like pushes Max Verstappen to keep going. But I want to believe that. In my conspiracy theory mindset, the way I think about sports, that when Lewis Hamilton got to 7, I remember saying that I don't think the powers that be will let him get past 7. First off, he's a black man. Whether you agree or you don't agree, but that counts. He's a black man. He cannot be the head nigger in charge. He cannot be the guy who is on the top of the pile. So it is better for him to be co-equal with Schumacher, Michael Schumacher, than just for him to be standing all alone. So they're going to walk away for somebody else to come in and eclipse him. Remember when Serena Williams got to 23 and 24 was so hard, it was okay that she and another white woman were on the same position. Pep Guardiola has been accused of losing his emotions against Liverpool. Now he's telling others not to. This is a different Man City boss, according to Joe Bernstein. These days, he believes that, man, he's a lot more matured. They are preparing for them this weekend. Things are going to change. Bayern Munich ahead of Liverpool in the race to hire Xabi Alonso as their next manager, with Bayern Leverkusen boss targeted to replace Thomas Tuchel at the Bundesliga giant. Now it's beginning to look like what I said some months way back ago, that my calculation, I think it will make a lot of sense if Xabi Alonso, if he doesn't get, once Madrid renewed the contract of Carlo Ancelotti, it will make a lot of sense if Xabi Alonso would take the Bayern job. Now, the reason is this season it would deny them of the title. Next season, it will build a team that will come and win it and then continue that road. Maybe work with them for another 5 years, win 5 Bundesliga title plus the one that he was going to win this season with Bayern Leverkusen. And then he cannot decide, okay, I want to go to Man City and go and replace Pep Guardiola, my former coach, or I want to go to Real Madrid, where Carlo Ancelotti would have been fired, somebody else have come in and not done well, and then he goes there. Either ways, he's going to go to a setup where success will be guaranteed, where they will be very hungry, because one, I don't want Xabi Alonso to replace Pep Guardiola immediately, because once that happens, it would be part of the failure. You cannot succeed this Pep Guardiola and immediately go and be winning. You will lose the title for 2 or 3 seasons. Then, you struggle to get in on the grind. That's not something anybody should admire or should desire to be part of. That's something that you should look at yourself and you say, no, this is a trap. You look at Bayern now, they are losing, okay? They are struggling. Thomas Tuchel, we don't know if he will win the Champions League. After all, he took a struggling Chelsea to win Champions League. Maybe that is his mode of operation. But when you look at where Xabi Alonso should go, it does look like Man City in the future is good. But currently, Bayern Munich is the best place for him to go. There's not much pressure. There is expectation, but it doesn't bring pressure because it's done it with a team that nobody expects to even compete for the title. The run of Bayern was obviously going to end, but if it was going to end, there were 2 elected candidates picked to take those places, and it is Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig. To sneak out from a team that was almost getting relegated 22 months ago and to a team now that is odds-on favorite to win the title and have not lost a single game this season, damn, you've performed the miracle beyond miracles, and that's something that everybody will respect him for. Having done that, then it is not time for him to move somewhere else, because there's no way we'll win the title with Bayern Leverkusen this season and have the guts to tell me that he wants to continue and win it again. He cannot defend it. The only way for him to defend the title is to go to a club like Bayern Munich. And then again, his run in Germany, it's not ready to end yet. So I think he should continue there, and then he will challenge for the Champions League better. He has a team that is good, solidly going forward. The midfield need a little bit of tweaking. The system of play need a little bit of tweaking. I still think that Bayern have quality player in their ranks, but there's just something about the team, the disunity, the lack of love and respect for the manager, and all that can destroy a team overnight. So probably that's how the bubble have burst and the cookies have crumbled for Thomas Tuchel there. Just the same way it happened at Chelsea. He now needs to step aside, and if anybody could come in and do anything, I think, in my own opinion, that person would have to be the manager that is at Bayer Leverkusen right now, Xabi Alonso. I don't know what you guys think. There's also a whisper that Manchester United are planning to get in on the race. So as they fire ETH this season, Eric Ten Hag, at the end of the season, Xabi Alonso will be a good guy to come in. But I say to Xabi Alonso, don't go to the house of the devil. If they give you a cap, they'll take your head. If they give you a shoe, they'll take your legs. So don't go there right now, because if they love you, they'll take your heart for sacrifice. So don't go there right now. Manchester United, I know that Liverpool are about to enter the gutters very soon when goes out. Again, don't go and replace Jurgen Klopp. That is a dead trap. That's a risk that you don't want to take, because if you go there, you will go down the slope, and you will, it's a very, very slippery slope, that if you go there, we don't know I mean, there's nobody sending parachute to come and catch you or anything. You will go down to the bottomless pit and go to abyss. So you don't want that for yourself. The best place to go to is Bayern Munich. Organization is good. They have a wonderful stadium. They're a fantastic club. Manchester United, nah, that place is right now. It's the devil's house. Don't go there. They will take your soul and use it to do blood money for with Illuminati. So that's just the way I see it. I don't know what you guys think, but I would like to hear your opinion. We still have about 10 to 15 or 14 minutes to go. Demola Abiodi Brian say Bayern is a better option for Alonso than any other big team right now. Lord Mayor say Bayern are front runner for Alonso. Yes, that's who they are. That's the position that they find themselves. In the absence of any other comment or anything, I think we'll back wrap the show up. Like I said, we're not going to be having all those extra time on the show. There's a whole lot. I still need to rest a bit, catch my breath, and then some small little business that we need to do. So, guys, pray for us to be very successful here. No matter how comfortable you are, when you are not at home, you are not at home. And that safety, you're always mindful of where you step into, the places you go. This place is very safe. This place is like, you're like inside the Koi. Place is very safe, highbrow area. But at the same time, we'll still got to move around. We still have to ask a lot of questions, and it is easy for people to know that you're a stranger. And if you've always traveled, you know that that's always a part of somebody traveling. It's always, cagey and difficult when you think about it. But either ways, we're fine here, and we'll keep on giving you guys daily update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media handle. Yes, it is Elegante TV Radio on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Okay, and the individuals as well. Follow all of us. It's T Mark. It's Euphoria Speaks. Euphoria _ Sticks. STICKS. And you know me already. It's Elegante One Sports on Twitter and Elegante One on Instagram and on TikTok. Well, keep the conversation going, keep the comment going. There's going to be a lot of content on this channel as we go. Henry Morris said, my prayer all day is for Alonso to go to Bayern, Liverpool, to go to default setting, top 6 contenders. You mean? I think that Liverpool, if they push and they can't get a manager, they might eventually go for Unai Emery. I don't know. Nobody's saying that. That's not the rumor going out there, but this is me putting out. They might eventually go for Unai Emery. If they can't, because Unai Emery is a manager who also doesn't spend big money. He knows how to gather players and get them working. He's a workman, like he's a middle class man. He's a man in the flat kind of man. If you understand what I'm saying. He's the kind of guy who gets people to do work at little expense. And the owners of Liverpool, that's what they like. Somebody who can do cheap labor. Somebody who can do Jackie Afamako job. Lebu. Somebody who can get people to do labor, work very, very hard, and then maybe pay one person or two persons big salary and put the other ones on. No worry. Have faith. There is God. God in upon my prayer. That kind of club is what Liverpool is. So I think Unai Emery is also that kind of coach that can say, boys, oh yeah, boys, oh yeah. What could they do and they go, God go reward us. Ferdinand, can I say good morning, boss? Good morning to you. To be honest, I love JJ, but I believe Mikel is better. Okay, that's another person on the conversation. Well. Normally on the show, we would have still have 12 more minutes, but the conversation is over. I've done my stories, and then there's no comment again. I got to pack my bags and baggages and go. I need to go start running up on the program for the day, and I need to run to go pick up money to pay for bills and then start preparing for food. We cannot survive on just talking. We need to cook. We need to get ready we need to keep this as bubbling and keep it going. Ferdinand, can I say Liverpool owners don't use stress. Finish club teeth don't go from white to yellow cream. It's not cream teeth. It's gone from white shiny teeth to cream teeth because too much shining of the teeth. So much, don't put pressure for them. Well, serious pressure. You need to go rest. You need to take a sabbatical, maybe 2 years, 3 years. And so Zidane from sabbatical now to retirement, even in coaching. Well, we don't know where this one will lead to. But Zidane is looking for the best project. He doesn't want to go and take up a job where at the end of the day, hey, you take up the job and the job can't expose all people. I talk him that 3 title win, that trip now Madrid, not be him. Not be him. He not sabi like that now. So he's careful. He's not the call reminder is Algerian coach now. He knows sabi anything. It's not a Frenchman. Okay. Eddie, can I say be good, Baba? Not find trouble. I go find trouble. That one. I go find trouble. Even if I don't find trouble, say trouble go find me. It's a normal thing with me. Me and trouble we're always associated with each other. It's not a problem. Well, thank you very much. That's all we have for the day. My name is Ida Fimatia. Second, you love to come in the Legoton Sports. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. I'll be here again tomorrow. Can I very nice say, no use verse, slap person for Ghana, I beg. Say you the quick verse. Who do any I go say any now? Who do any I go say any? The behavior I go behave if they behave any to me too. Like yesterday now, where they stress me for accreditation. I don't really tell them my piece of my mind. And I promise them I say I go hear more. And I contract them when I go hear more. I misbehave when I go see them. No wahala, any of my people. If not be you they solve the problem, I beg not be the person will be say they cause the problem. And if you also don't know how to fix the problem where they already cause for grant, no Congo put roadblock. Say na they're not go for the road, they not pay us not go be the one will be say he go make sure say they not do the road all of us go they pass they go. When we drive from Cotonou to this place, I enjoy the road. We just discuss say if you drive on this type of road every day, you know they go repair Chokozava, they go now Nigerians I know parts of motor pass, stabilizer leakage, tie rods, steering rack, things where you not supposed to know on a normal day. Nigerians know them because of the kind of road we will get. You know, mean that this is why they talk. So not mean say Ghana or Togo or Benin Republic better reach Nigeria, not to talk about better pass. But this not things when we say we're supposed to just add to the good way we did, and then we'll come to turn great. But anyhow, we say the big brother on the west coast of Africa and the entire Africa self and black race in the world will remain that one. Maybe big brother just behave well so that younger brother not go see and finish. I started to pack my bag and baggage. They talk say unado.